Hello guys, and welcome back to a continuation of the assembly joint video series inside of Autodesk Inventor. So we're nearing the end to this final assembly. Again, we have pretty much everything set in place except for the grip, right? So again, the grip is going to go on top of the lever, just providing the user or the operator some sort of safety, right, when grabbing the lever there. So for this video, we are going to be talking about the rigid joint inside of Autodesk Inventor. Now, the rigid joint is great when you want to essentially just fix two components together. And of course, there isn't going to be any sort of movement, right, or any rotation or translation between the grip and the lever here. So the rigid joint is going to be a great joint to use in this example. Again, let's go ahead and use a joint. In this case, it's going to be a rigid joint. Right, so again, still keeping that same best practice tactic where you want to select the component that's going to be moving first and then selecting your second component, right? So once again, you can start hovering over some of these glyphs. Notice that you can select that center one right away. So now we want the center of essentially that radius to lie perfectly on top of the center of this radius here, right? And again, sometimes it is a little bit hard to select points. In this case, notice that if I hover over the fillet there and try to go down and select the center, it disappears, right? So again, let's hover over it, hold Control on our keyboard, and that locks it into place. In this case, we can select that center, and it locked it perfectly in place. Sometimes it does create a joint in the opposite direction. You simply just have to invert the alignment and it would create that correct orientation, right? So once we hit OK, notice that that is locked in place, and now we have a full functional assembly, right? So what you can do from here is maybe go into an animation and apply a few animations and then send that over to your customer or to your boss and then show them exactly how this assembly is going to be interacting, right? So the last part of our video series is going to be the planar joint, so stay tuned for that.